check. Okay. So as you know, this event is part of activities that started in 2005. Why? Because in 2005, the Committee of European Banking Supervisors, that at such a time was, the chairman was the general director of supervision in the Bank of Spain, received a suggestion to harmonize the European formats. Why? Because Walter Hanser, in the Bank for International Settlements, made a speech about the use of XML derivatives as XBRL, potentially for financial statements. The governor of the Bank of Spain attended such speech, but the degree of the governor of the Bank of Spain, Jaime Caruana, that currently is the general director of the BIS, was engineer in telecommunications. And he immediately captured the power of structured information for banking reporting. Then the governor asked to José María Roldán, the general director of supervision, please take care of that. And José María Roldán was not an IT expert, but was a general director, and his boss said, investigate, and he investigated, and by chance he was nominated as first chairman of the Committee of European Banking Supervisors. Okay, in turn, the general director of supervision say, okay, this is a topic for IT, and asked to the director of IT, Federico Flores. And Federico Flores was in a hierarchical level below the general directors. And Federico Flores say, Jabol, and immediately start to work. And, but a lot of people was involved in the IT department in serious things. But there was only one that was not involved in very serious things. I say, Ignacio, you have to work in XBRL. And I say, I have the standardization the first thing when you should be involved in XBRL. I say, XBRL what? But no problem, as the governor ordered to the director general ordered to the director of department, and the director of department ordered to me, and in this moment I have no people below. I was the representative of the IT department in international groups. I was nobody. I say, okay, no problem. And I asked him, okay, and about resources, money, and so on? No. We are modern. This kind of resources is for bureaucrats and civil servants. Okay, no problem, easy. Then I started to think how to create a regulatory framework with this amount of resources. And they say, easy, the solution is to obtain resources for free. It's evident. Then I organize a call for everybody, including Walter Hanser, including Charlie Hoffman, and including everybody in the first European Banking Supervisor workshop for 2 weeks. And suddenly a lot of people can hear. Say, easy, easy. Then, with all after 2 weeks in Madrid, we reviewed the possibilities and so on. We started to work and say what is the way. The world is full of resources. It's full of people that have enough time to work in this kind of events. So, after this first Eurofiling workshop, we organized the second, the third. This is the 24th. And the way from since the very beginning to now is exactly the same. Put the people to collaborate, to work together, and so on. Obviously, at the end of the day, you need to have more structured approach. But basically, this is the work that the way to work that we are doing. In addition to the workshops, we organized, for instance, a portal and a number of web pages with a lot of information and topics and so on. So we leverage in the power of the internet as a collaboration environment. But and also we pay. In something that is very, very important and is not so expensive. Recognition. And for us, we are extremely honored to recognize the work, mostly for free, for a lot of colleagues and friends and so on. And Derek commented, okay, the Eurofiling community is wonderful, because at the end, Derek became the chair of the Eurofiling community, and considered, well, but why not to put some kind of formal structure? And now, Derek, it's your turn to explain the last steps.
So indeed, we had the feeling the last couple of years that Eurofiling needs a legal structure to be able to represent itself, to be invited in some formal meetings. Myself, I was, for example, at the European Commission and the standardization body, CEN, and I was in a meeting room last year, and they asked me who are you representing. I said Eurofiling. And who is Eurofiling? And then I had to start a complex explanation that didn't make any sense. So it's a virtual community gathering every once in a while, blah, 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 since 10 years or 12 years. They say, okay, sorry, but we cannot mention you at all in the minutes of the meeting because you don't represent anything at all. So that's why we said, okay, let's set up a simple legal structure, the most lean and mean format that we can find. We came out in the Kingdom of Belgium, beautiful Kingdom of Belgium. We have a foundation structure for a private foundation, which requires a zero budget. So you don't need to invest the capital, etc. So the only thing you do, you import the capital that you have in the foundation. And so we did it. We did not react. We said, okay, we import the patrimonium of Eurofiling, which is residing at the website, the portal. So I just showed, so this is the patrimonium. It contains a zillion documents which get consulted by many people across Europe and even across the world. So many people just come and visit the site and to find some documents. And that's in fact the patrimonium. It's been built by the efforts of many of you. Many of you also in the newswire are listening. Hundreds of thousands of people are now watching online. So all of them have been contributing all these years, not in the least, of course, Ignacio, who has worked for all these years, despite the fact he retired from the foundation from Eurofiling 2 years ago. He's back more than ever, so thank you, Ignacio, for all that. To support all these initiatives and all these efforts and to recognize also the effort, I found it very important that we make the step and to set up a legal structure. So that's what we did this summer. We found Luc Dufresne, Honorary Secretary General of the National Bank of Belgium, willing to be the third founding member, because for a foundation you need 3 people that set up the board of the foundation. So we had Luc Dufresne, who is also a very known person to many of you from the National Bank of Belgium, supporting the idea and co-found the foundation. For reference, Luc has also been the founder of XBRL Belgium, has also been one of the founder of XBRL Europe. So he has a long history of also doing voluntary work in the area that we are all working in. So what we did, we set up the foundation, and then we discussed a couple of weeks ago. We had a meeting, the first board meeting, and we said, okay, let's open up the board for additional people, because maybe it can only be better to have more people in the board. So we opened with a call for participants to all the trustees and all the people that support the foundation. And we got a number of candidates that Ignacio now will present. Yes.
So, I am very proud to translate the nomination of the board to a person from the north of Europe, living currently around the world, my friend Liz Watson. Please. Some word for the public. Remember that this will be recorded and put on internet.
But I think, first of all, that the work that has been done, the foundation that is already there, is just amazing. I mean, the things that you have pulled off over the years, I've been an admirer for a long time. But we also have a lot of challenges coming forward to be able to expand what we do. So I'm so honored to be here. I can't even tell you, there's very few times I get goosebumps on things, and that's what I have today. Not am I just honored, but I'm also going to take this very seriously and take a very active role and contribute to the good foundation that's already there. So I'm just very thankful to both of you.
So the next one is other long-term collaborator in the Eurofiling collaborative framework. Is well known for a lot of people in this room. Is Michal Pichowski. Michal, please.
Simply speaking, it's an honor, and I think the most important thing is the group of people that basically works together here. And I think mostly Ignacio is able to scoop people with the same character who just contribute without too much preconception, convictions, or interests, and just work on something. Technologies change, standards change, but the people are, I think, the most important. So thank you very much. It's an honor.
Okay, the other persons that has been nominated, unfortunately, are not physically with us, but by sure they want to be, but the life is the life, and we work in internet. Are Carla McKenna, please. Carla is a legend in the international standardization. Is working a lot, knowing a lot, and ready to work and to collaborate with others. This is basically the idea of us, the new member of the board, Michal Pichowski, comment, to work together. The last but not the least is another person that demonstrates his capacity in organization in Europe. Because as Carla is USA, as my grandson, my youngest grandson. The last but not the least is Mark Hemmerling, please. Mark is working in the Banking Association of Luxembourg and serves for many years and extremely well to the board, as chair of the board of XBRL Europe. as we are in Europe and we are collaborating a lot with our colleagues in XBRL Europe. Even I am a board member I am member of the executive board of XBRL Europe. So we work all together. We have events like the Eurofiling XBRL Week, and someone that knows perfectly what are doing in both sides, in the regulator, in the banks, in the XBRL Europe, in whatever is Luc Hemmerling, and for such a reason has been nominated. Obviously, we have a long list of names, but for practical reasons, we decide to put only 7, because if not, the situation will be very difficult to coordinate among us. Are, as we say in Spain, all that are in the board are, but not all that are in the board. Okay, and that's all from our part of the new members in the Eurofiling Foundation. I think that Professor Javier and Mitchell Pichowski may formally close the TODI 2017. Thank you.
Okay. Good afternoon, all of you, dear representatives of Eurofiling, professors, keynote speakers, and panelists. Good afternoon, all of you. I want to say some closing words on behalf of Íñigo Navarro, the Dean of our Faculty of Law. I have been asked to close this year's session and edition of the TODI, the Trusted Open Data Ecosystems Conference. I'd like to remember, very briefly, the 3 essential values of Comillas, the name of this university. First, justicia, which means sum cuique tribure, what in Roman, Latin, Old Latin, Roman language means give each one what corresponds to him. Secondly, we might speak a lot about humanitas. Some of you have spoken about that, and the predominance of this value in this university is always there, and we have spoken in the different speeches and presentations a lot about the need of man to be over the machine and so on, particularly when we spoke about blockchain devices. And third, utilitas. We form here excellent professionals, and I think this is a unique opportunity to do so. Our FinTech Law, Comillas Severis Observatory, and its members, thank you all for coming here. We have been honored to host this year the Eurofiling event, and you have all definitely contributed to the scientific and professional development of our Center of Law Innovation. A fundamental piece of that Center of Law Innovation is this blockchain laboratory that we are actually trying to develop all together. And we have this laboratory, this new blockchain laboratory, at your your thorough disposal. We have limited resources, but we want to share it with all of you. And I hope that the considerations and premises that have been posed here in the fields of RegTackle and DataSphere for the 2030 horizon have been fruitful for all of you in form of speeches, presentation, or just personal thinkings. I would like to thank particularly the organizational efforts of Ignacio, Michal, Derek, Eric, Liv, and everyone, also Javier, who I don't see here by now. And all the colleagues and experts that have been sharing with us this time physically or virtually attending Streamline all over the world. And you have all contributed for the regulatory development within this field. And last, I just want to declare formally close this conference. Thank you again, and hope you still enjoy your post-conference activities. very much.
Thank you.
If you visit the social agenda, we have tonight dinner, farewell dinner, plus night drinks for the people so courageous to go for drinking in night in Madrid. And tomorrow morning a visit, walking visit, and you can find in the website in the agenda, or also in the papers we have here. Thank you.
And for those of you who know, today some of us celebrate the so-called Names Day. So all of you are invited for a drink for all the intellectual anarchists, libertarians, and dreamers in the room in the afternoon. So please be welcome. Thank you.
No, it's me. It's really in depth with you.
Once again, so very much thankful for the
It's something to the fintech or the blockchain lab inside the fintech observatory. You just have to have applications or you stay for the social media? You're flying back now. I'm driving, not flying, but driving back now. Just flying.
Radziu, dziękuję Ci bardzo.
Thanks for having me, and congratulations with all your
It's serving role, so I serve.
Yeah. We all do.
I suppose also Belgian.
I did
You know that we had.
Eurofiling had such a long track record.
I was just shocked that after 2 years, without information, we had a very senior officer looking at all the stuff. I know her well, Olga Petrenko. She's a senior officer for market infrastructure. She's just very good at Cyprus conferences and so on. She just joined in and so